Hi, this is LaTanya Tyler, and I am a graduate student with UT Arlington College of Nursing. I'm here today to present a teaching and learning strategy on debate. My topic will be Bloom's taxonomy, and my presenters will be co-workers. Benjamin Bloom developed a classification of levels of intellectual behavior in learning. This taxonomy contains 3 domains: affective, cognitive, and psychomotor, with 6 levels of under each domain. So how debate works is the debate has the pros and cons, and the debate can have as many people as you want, but it has to have at least 3 people, one to debate or one to talk about the cons of the topic and another person to talk about the pros of the topic. And then you'll have a neutral person or a moderator. That way someone has to be able to control the flow of the debate. Debates are usually the neutral zone, I call it, which would be the moderator. You're trying to win the person over or win someone over to rather go with you in the pros of saying, okay, yeah, this is good, or go with you in the cons and saying, no, this is not good. So this is what our debate is about, and we're just going to give you an example of the debate, the pros and cons of Bloom's taxonomy. And this is LaTanya. I'm here with my nursing students. They are co-workers of mine that are in nursing school. This is Christina and this is DeAndre. And DeAndre will be presenting the cons of Bloom taxonomy, and Christina will be presenting the pros of Bloom taxonomy.
Alright, I'm here today to present the pros of Bloom's taxonomy. The first pro is that it supports goals of the learning process. Secondly, it's the simplest behavior to most complex. Example would be knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation, which is the most complex of the domain. And it also helps instructors create lessons aimed at critical thinking. An example would be lesson planning. Also, it helps students to easily understand it. It is most easily understood and most widely used. Also, it helps educators identify what intellectual level students are at and what they're capable of working at. An example would be a HESI exam. And that concludes the pros of Bloom's taxonomy.
Before I read the cons, I would like to ask the pros a question. My question to the pros would be, why use a test?
Well, because you cannot let anybody into school. I mean, you can't just let anybody on. So you got to determine which level the student is at before you just say, okay, we're putting you out there. Which is understandable why using a test, but a test actually kind of gives you feedback, or it kind of gives you some type of knowledge to know where the student actually is, if they're, I guess you could say, if they've proven themselves.
And these are the cons of the Bloom's taxonomy. There are more complex subjects, meaning the questions are more difficult to write. Also, it does not show instructors how learners progress. For example, solo taxonomy is a model that describes level of increasing complexity in learners' understanding of subjects. Also, another con would be is too many categories under each domain.
Okay, so my question to him is, why are there too many categories under each domain?
Well, for one, I feel that going into each field, everyone is working underneath the same roof, for the same purpose. So we all need to be on the same page.
And I oppose that because I think that everyone learns differently. I think the different categories, the purpose of them is to determine each individual's level. And once you understand their level, it kind of gives you more, more for success in the program.
In conclusion, I found that it was more pros than cons of the Bloom's taxonomy. These domains and levels are still useful today in helping students develop critical thinking skills.